Hey guys, sorry it's been a minute since I've uploaded a video. I think it's been like 2 or 3 weeks. I apologize. I just got back from a trip and I spent a whole week. I went to San Diego with my husband and my baby, and it was such a nice little family trip. Nice to, you know, get out of the everyday flow and just kind of get away, and I really needed that break. Even though I had Zariah with me the whole time, it was just nice to get out of our schedule, and she did super well on the trip. And again, I apologize for not uploading videos for the last couple weeks. There's been a lot of life happening. As a new mom, Zariah just turned 5 months, and so yeah, she is not napping as much as she used to. She used to take like 2-hour naps, and now I'm lucky to get like 30 minutes. She's going through that little sleep regression stage. And also there is a lot of life, big updates. I'll tune you in soon about what's happening. If you're following me on Instagram, you probably know that we are moving again. We're going to be moving to Dallas. I'll share more about that and the process and how that's going. But yeah, again, apologies for the delay. I know the next video should be like a workout video. It would be like week 4. I'm gonna be honest, it was super hard for me to stay on track. So like last week when I was on vacation, I didn't get any workouts in. I will say though, I got a lot of walking in, so I do feel like the walking made up for like skipping the workouts. And so I did fall off a little bit on that. I have made progress though overall. Like I've been continuing the eating. Last week I didn't diet last week because we were on vacation, but other than that, I've gotten back onto the diet this week. I don't want to call it diet, I'm sorry. Into healthy eating, clean eating. I want to say I'm not doing like a strict Whole30 either. I'm eating what I like. I'm eating foods that are going to be good for me and good for like my milk production and good, you know, making me feel energized and all that. And sorry for the long spiel, but yeah, I just wanted to say I am going to upload a couple videos at once. This is probably going to be the first of them, and then maybe next week I'll upload the remaining. I think we have 3 more videos for the series to continue, but I just wanted to put a disclaimer out that I did not follow the 6-week program to the T. I did not stick with it 6 weeks straight. I kind of like had a week or 2 in between the series. So it's really like an 8-week program, but if you're watching and you want to make it 6, just watch these videos back to back. But yeah, I do want to share my progress and updates with you, but for the sake of this video, to keep it short, I am just going to I've been mentioning it in previous videos, but I'm just going to do a big video over like the Whole30 diet and share some recipes in case you're interested in that. And there might be a couple of meals that I share that are not strictly Whole30. I'll put a disclaimer on each video or each recipe within this video of what they are. But without further ado, let me show you what I have been eating for Whole30. And some of these meals are strict Whole30 and then some are not strict Whole30. So without further ado, let me show you these yummy meals. So tonight for dinner, I'm gonna go ahead and make something that's super quick and easy and super comforting since it is still cold outside. I am making a lasagna soup, but I guess you can call it a goulash soup because I am going to be using the elbow noodles from Bonanza. And if you're doing a Whole30, you can still make the soup. Just switch out the noodles for like zucchini, or you can even, if you want a noodle base, you can use the jovial cassava flour noodles. Those are Whole30 approved. And then just skip adding the almond milk heavy whipping cream. But since I am doing a dirty Whole30, all of these ingredients are just fine. I'm going to go ahead and get dinner started and put this on the pot for about 25 minutes. I've got my onion and my minced garlic all sauteed. So now I'm just going to chop up this ground beef and then season it with some salt, pepper, and Italian seasoning. And I'm going to let the meat brown. I shouldn't have to drain it because this beef is 93% lean. And typically there's not a lot of fat oil since it's such lean meat. So yeah. So the lasagna soup is all done and it looks amazing. I'm super excited to go enjoy this. I did add some dairy-free ricotta cheese to the top of it, which is the perfect alternative because I love ricotta cheese and this one's super good. And I did add some red pepper chili flakes to it just to give it a little spice. But yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and enjoy this. I'm gonna watch an episode of Vanderpump Rules. I'm on a binge with that. Right now I'm on season 4. But yeah, while the baby's asleep, I'm gonna go do that real quick. The next meal that I'm gonna make is going to be the Marry Me chicken recipe. And when I'm not doing Whole30, I actually make this pretty regularly, the Whole30 non-approved version. And today we're going to do a Whole30-ish recipe. This is going to be a Whole30 like dirty recipe. I do the Whole30. This is like the 4th or 5th year I've done it. So this year, and since I've done it so many years and I'm breastfeeding and all that, I'm kind of doing more like a dirty Whole30. So like all of this is compliant except maybe not the heavy whipping cream, which it's dairy free, but I don't think all of the ingredients on here are probably Whole30 compliant. Like the oh, my camera's out of focus, but there's a faba bean protein on here, which you can't have like chickpeas or lentils or anything like that. So maybe that's an ingredient not approved. I do know that you can now have all oils, so the sunflower oil should be approved now with the new rules. But yeah, this, I would say on a scale of like 1 to 10, this is like an 8 or a 9 of being compliant, just for that bean oil that's in here, which isn't a big deal, but everything else is compliant. We're going to make mashed potatoes on the side. I'm going to use these potatoes, this Kite Hill sour cream, which is dairy free and it's pretty compliant. The ghee is going to go in the potatoes along with like salt and pepper and some Italian seasoning. And then for the Marry Me chicken, it's going to be everything you see up here. I am going to get the chicken like lightly coated, and I'll get some almond flour. It's not out here on the counter, but usually I do the regular flour with the regular version, but I'm going to do the almond flour. I dip the chicken, I season it first, then I dip it in the flour, then I sear it in the pan. I make sure I put some ghee in the pan, and I'll sear it for like 4 to 5 minutes on each side to get it nice and like toasted in that golden color. And then I'm going to put the Dijon mustard in the pan, and then the heavy whipping cream and to make the cream sauce, and then my sun-dried tomatoes, and then the baby spinach, and it's all going to come together. And I'll be right back and show you, and I'll drop the recipe also in the link below. Okay, once the chicken is done cooking for about 6 minutes on each side, you're going to add in a 1/4 cup of chicken broth along with 1 tablespoon of the Dijon mustard, and you're going to let that simmer for 1 minute and scraping all those brown bits. Then you're going to add in 1 cup of the heavy whipping cream, a handful of spinach, and your sun-dried tomatoes. And once that sauce is nice and hot, you add the chicken back in, and voila, dinner is done. So I'm going to make some Whole30 enchiladas, and this is all my ingredients. So I've got my Siete brand stuff, which is the grain-free tortillas. These are amazing. They're made with cassava flour. And then I've got the spicy, because I like my enchiladas and tacos to be spicy. So I'm going to use this for the lean ground beef. And then this is the enchilada sauce. Again, Siete is a Whole30 approved brand, and the enchilada sauce is approved. So I'm gonna go ahead and use that. Sorry, the camera blurred on that. And then I am going to use this Violife dairy-free cheese. This, I've tried so many dairy-free cheeses, and this is the best tasting one. And this legit, not kidding, not lying, this legit tastes just like regular cheese, and I think I'm gonna have to switch to Violife, to this brand. It is a little pricey, I will admit that, so this is probably gonna be like an occasional thing once I'm off of Whole30. It's probably about like $5 a bag, but if you're doing dairy-free, I think it's worth it. And then onion, of course, to throw in my hamburger meat. And so yeah, let's get started on the enchiladas. Got the oven preset. It's gonna come to 350-degree temperature. And then I've got my onions. They're gonna be sauteed. I'm gonna get them translucent, then I'll add the hamburger meat and the garlic to it. Shout out to the Gordon Ramsay pan set. Love this brand. Okay, once my onions are translucent and I cook my meat, I'm going to go ahead and add the Siete seasoning to this. This is bomb. I love the spicy seasoning. I love spice, and it just makes it so much better. And then you need about a third cup of water, and then you add in your mix. Okay, we've got the ground beef cooked with the Siete seasoning, and now we're going to warm up our tortillas and start making our enchiladas. Okay, now I'm going to assemble the enchiladas. I already have a couple made here in my glass pan. And once I pop these in the oven at 350, they take about 10 to 15 minutes to cook. And oh my gosh, you guys, voila, these are done and these are so bomb. My next meal is going to be this bomb chicken noodle soup that's Whole30 compliant. I already have my chicken set aside and cooked. I'll add this back in once these vegetables are nice and simmered. And now I'm going to go ahead and add in the chicken broth along with the chicken and all my spices. And I'm going to let this boil for about 25 to 30 minutes. And then once that's done, I'm going to pull the chicken from this and shred it up. And after the chicken is shredded up, I do add in those bonanza noodles. And like I said, skip the noodles if you want this 100% compliant. This is so bomb. Such a comfort food. Hey guys, so today on this cold day, I am making a Whole30 potato soup. So right now I've got my chicken broth, my potatoes, some thyme, salt and pepper, and paprika over here boiling in this pot. I'm going to let that boil for about 15 to 20 minutes, and then once that is done boiling, I'm gonna do in small batches, blend it up in this little food processor right here, just until I get the texture I want for the soup. And then once that's done, I'm gonna add in my coconut-based heavy whipping cream, and then a Whole30 sour cream by the Kite Hill brand, and then some dairy-free cheese, and then green onions to top it. So I'll be back to show you. Okay, I got the potatoes all pureed. So that's the texture right now. I've left a couple of potatoes in there just for texture. Now I'm going to add the heavy whipping cream, which is dairy-free. And it's quite soaked. And then I'm going to add half a cup of the sour cream by Kite Hill to this. And then I'm going to add... Okay. And then I'm going to go ahead and add this Violife, the just like cheddar dairy-free cheese. I'm going to add 1 cup to this and mix it all up and let it cook some more until the cheese is all melted. Okay, the potato soup smells amazing. And just to give it some more texture, I'm going to go ahead and cook these Whole30 approved chicken sausages. I'm going to go ahead and fry these up in a pan, then I'm going to add them to the soup and it'll all be done. Okay, the potato soup is done. I added my chicken sausage to it, and then I went ahead and topped this with Whole30 approved bacon and then some green onion. And yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and go enjoy this nice warm bowl of soup. Hi, Zariah. So I already made the recipe to this pot roast, so I'm not showing me like doing the process of it, but this is so good. Whole30 approved. Perfect for winter. It's super cold outside right now, so this is like perfect. And I'm telling you, this is leftovers, and I swear the leftovers are better than when you first make it because the flavors just marinate and just soak. But I'll go ahead and link the recipe below so you guys can have this pot roast, this Whole30 approved pot roast. Okay, the next meal is going to be hamburger bowls, which I've got the bacon ready. I'm about to grill the onions up and fry them in this pan with some garlic, and then I'll add the hamburger meat. And then I've got my base, which is the potatoes, and then I'm gonna add avocado, lettuce, and the chicken dipping sauce, and I'll show you once the bowls are complete. Okay guys, I love these burger bowls. They are constantly in rotation for me, and you can honestly customize these however you like. I like adding the cheddar shreds by Violife, chicken dipping sauce, and some avocado, and of course I got my sparkling water. Hey guys, so the next Whole30 recipe I'm gonna make. This one is also a ChatGPT recipe, and it's going to be some brownies, healthy brownies, aka hide them from yourself brownies. And these are all the ingredients we need for it. I'll link the instructions below in the description. But yeah, we're going to use this. And these are going to be slightly dirty because I am going to add these Lily's dark chocolate chips to them. They are almost clean. They have a little bit of sugar, not too much. Yeah, I think they use stevia to sweeten them up. So if you're doing a strict Whole30, which I'm doing a dirty Whole30, do not add these in there. You can use all of these other ingredients and it'll be a true Whole30 recipe. And you can have date syrup to it to make it a little bit sweeter. And so yeah, I'm gonna use this as well. But yeah, I'm gonna whip those brownies right up. Okay, I just made the brownies and oh my gosh, I wish you could smell through the screen. But they look so good. The recipe said to bake them for about 22 to 25 minutes, but I only ended up baking them for like 18 minutes, and they're perfect. They smell so good. Well, that wraps this video up. I hope you guys really liked the recipes I shared with you. As mentioned before, some of these are Whole30, some of these are not Whole30. I was very lenient when it came to Whole30 just because, as I mentioned in previous videos, I've done the Whole30 diet now for like 5 or 6 years, and so I really wanted to kind of just be more lenient, especially since I am breastfeeding. But yeah, if you guys like these recipes, drop a comment below. If you're new to my channel, make sure you hit that subscribe button and like. And if you want to be notified of a new video when I upload, hit that bell notification and you won't miss a video. Until next time, bye guys.